Demetrious, obviously you've been at the highest level of the sport for a long time, but this is a unique situation, right? The couple-week delay here, whatever. So what has this been like for you, making sure that you stay sharp and you're still as prepared as you were?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different, having 4 weeks to actually prepare for it. And, I feel sharper now than I did when I was in Edmonton, just because you get there, you get all the build-up, and then you peak. And then I almost kind of went back home and unpeaked a little bit, and then pushed my cardio even more to a different level. So I feel great. Everything's going well. Eating big meals. I mean, I had a big ass omelet this morning. I had oatmeal with a little sugar. Don't tell them that. Had berries in it, and I just feel good.
It's interesting you touched on it there because you guys work so hard to peak on one night, right? Your whole schedule and everything is routine is built towards it, and then you got to lay off. So what was your focus? I mean, did you have to force yourself to take time off? Did you want to get back? I mean, what was those weeks like?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. I mean, the first week was probably the hardest just because I came back home and I was like, man, my kids just started school. I really wanted. I pride myself on being a dad that is there for my family and likes to take them to school. So that was a little hard, and then getting there, and then Matt is like, we go day to day. We don't have a set schedule like, okay, you're going to wrestle this day, you're going to swim this day. I mean, we do have a little bit of that, but we can always, change it up. So, Matt would sit there and evaluate me and be like, let's go do this. Let's go do this. And it worked out good. And like I said, I feel good.
I got to ask, too, because you took the high road this whole time. I mean, it would have been really easy for you to maybe throw some shots at Ray's way or whatever, and you never did. Why did you choose to approach it that way?
Because when people go low, we go high.
Fair enough. We know you're on the brink of history here, and this is a record that's meant something to you. What does this mean to you? I mean, if you're able to set this mark, does this make you the greatest of all time? Does it make you the best ever? I mean, what does this signify to you?
I mean, for me, it's the combination of cementing my legacy as a champion. I'm one of the longest reigning champions ever in the UFC. A lot of people, they get the belt, then they win two, and they lose it, they get knocked out. And then they get the belt, and they lose it immediately. They get to the title shot, and then they never get back to the title shot. So for me to be able to get here and be doing this for 5 years straight, I mean, that's just something itself, regardless if I'm successful or not, or I am successful. And then after that, I mean, I know where I stand. I know how good I am. Then it's up to the public to be like, yeah, whatever. He's not that good. Everybody's very nitpicky, and they always looking for something to throw dirt on. And that's why there was no point for me to throw any, gripe or shame on Ray Borg, because everyone and their mama's gonna do it. So what makes a difference for me to do it? It's just like Daniel Cormier and John Jones. Like, guys, lay off them. It happens. Well, that shit doesn't happen, but you get where I'm getting at, all right?
You fought the absolute best in the world in your weight class, no question about it. Is there anything about Ray that's unique, uniquely challenging, something different that he brings to the table?
Yeah, he's young, athletic. He seems very hungry, just like the last 10 of them were. Fighting Greg Jackson's camp again, it's a little bit different, But I'm always excited and up for the challenge for somebody else, because it's always intriguing to me that this person thinks he can beat me, right? And then that team thinks they have the remedy of the mighty one. Now it's my job to be like, you guys are so far behind. Here's a little side story. When I was getting ready to fight Ian McCall, the first and even the second time, he had a training partner now that they used to train together. And then he left that team or whatever. Then he came up to Seattle, Washington. And then me and him sparred and worked out together. And he goes, what the fuck? We were so far behind. We have no idea what you were doing. He goes, I've never felt anything like this before in my life. And now I can tell we were so far behind. That's where I get off on, where it's like, I sit here and I'm the guy who's like playing video games, everybody's stressed out. I'm like, let me show you something. And I get up and I just show them, I'm like, how are you like that? Why do you don't even care? And I'm like, what do you want from me? I mean, so I get off on that, like just being this quiet guy who's just sitting in the shadow, and everybody's like, man, this is what I do, man, I'm so good, man, look at these biceps, and I'm like, that's cute, it's real cute, let's dance.
It might be part of the answer, because I wonder, I mean, you've been pretty open in your pursuit of this goal, right? You say, look, this record is what I want. Is there another goal beyond that? I mean, is there another mark, another feat, another accomplishment that's going to provide you the motivation to get back in the gym?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, this is how I get paid. I mean, it's just like you guys, like, I really don't want to go interview Demetrious Johnson, but it's not going to give me much clickbait. You know what, but that paycheck that they're sending me, I got to do it. We got our sponsors, got to get the ad revenue, so I'm going to go fucking do it. Same thing for me, man.
Awesome. Well, in your career, man, we've seen everything. We've seen powerful knockouts. We've seen amazing submissions, last-second submissions. How do you see this fight going down?
I'm going out there to finish. That's what I always do. You know, I work way too hard in the gym to not to finish. Like, when I tell you this, I work extremely hard, not just in the conditioning part, right? Like when I'm sparring this man right here, Rick Lee, would tell you. Rick, tell these people how hard do I go in the gym you saw the last sparring session. You saw the last sparring session.
It's intense.
It's intense, and I'm going after it. Like, so I work, like I said, I work way too damn hard in the gym to let it go to the judges.